There's been a tendency to create more and more bureaucratic structures, which means more people, more four-star generals. The model's interpretation, based upon a lot of the literature we loaded, went the opposite direction. And it actually recommended trying to create a new combatant command that would actually integrate electronic warfare, cyber, and space and information capabilities to reimagine different levers we could use in competition and to deter or dissuade the Chinese Communist Party. Hi, I'm Ben Jensen, a senior fellow for the Futures Lab in the International Security Program at CSIS, and I am excited to talk to you today about a recent report with Kathleen McGinnis and Jose Macias, using artificial intelligence to rethink a unified command plan. The On Future Wars series tries to tackle some of the most complex problems that we're facing as a kind of larger national security community in the United States. And in our latest report, we actually not only tackled big problems, we embraced new methods. So in using artificial intelligence to rethink the unified command plan, our researchers took this very inside the puzzle palace DC thing, the unified command plan, which is essentially a map the Pentagon uses to divide up the world and assign roles and responsibilities. We took that map and asked a model, an artificial intelligence trained model, trained by our researchers, to completely rethink what that should look like. Should we have a CENTCOM, an INDOPACOM, a EUCOM, a STRATCOM, or they're fundamentally new entities? And so this report really sits at the leading edge of finding new ways of using artificial intelligence to ask core questions in strategic studies and strategic analysis. And to do that, our researchers actually had to spend a lot of time learning how to train models. So we worked with partners at Scale AI to use their Donovan application. And using that, we began to do essentially a massive exercise of organizing different schools of thought and strategies, adding more kind of practitioner-oriented schools of thought. All of these texts were used to train and refine a model that could then generate responses to questions about what should the Pentagon's map actually look like. And probably the most novel thing of the report is it generated a number of wildly different options than how we currently think about defense. So the model ended up prioritizing economic competition and countering China in the gray zone. How do you build entirely new combatant commands that specialize in security cooperation, working with your partners, but also denying the ability of the Chinese Communist Party to steal American intellectual property? So there was a lot more emphasis on what we call in defense strategy shaping and competition. So integrated campaigning and long-term competition short of war took a new priority in the way the model reimagined it. Second, it actually did some interesting things where there's been a tendency to create more and more bureaucratic structures, which means more people, more four-star generals. The model's interpretation, based upon a lot of the literature we loaded, went the opposite direction. And it actually recommended trying to create a new combatant command that would actually integrate electronic warfare, cyber, and space and information capabilities to reimagine different levers we could use in competition and to deter or dissuade the Chinese Communist Party. And then last, what was interesting is it did the same thing regionally. So it started to consolidate regional maps to have more focused kind of regional structures around which you would manage competition. And so if you want to read a report that gives you a great example of very novel ways that artificial intelligence can be used to hone research methods that actually help us answer core questions in strategic analysis, look no further than using artificial intelligence to rethink the unified command plan. To read the full report, using artificial intelligence to rethink the unified command plan, please visit csis.org.